You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken. Where has this thing been? Pull it out of my bag. I'm like, You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I've been having a conversation all day. And I got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions and comments and all that. We're going to be talking about just a few things today, things that are important to me. If you have any comments or issues or questions, we're live for the American Family Insurance Studio at Radio City, and you can call us at 833-212-1017. You can hit us on the phone or the talk and text line. Now, I'll say this, the same thing I said in January of 2021. Is it the talk to text line, or is it the text to talk line? But the talk and text line doesn't make any sense to me, because we have a truth line, which is a talk line, and then we have a text line, which is where you can text, which is the same number. I'm just saying. And that's what I got before, crickets. So what is it? 18 months later, same thing. Okay. So issue I have. What's causing the dismantling or disconnection in the Black community? Now, we already know racism and all sorts of things that everybody doesn't want to hear about and pretend like it doesn't occur. And why can't we just get over it and all that stuff, right? But there seems to be a dismantling of the Black community, a disconnection of Black people in terms of who we are. When I was growing up, okay, back in the olden days, back when the horse and buggies, as all of my friends always tease me and say, like Dizzy and Kyle. But anyway, when you were Black, you were Black. It didn't matter if you were Reggie Lewis, the first Black man to make a $1 billion deal, or Bob Johnson, the first Black billionaire, even though people think it was Oprah, or anybody. They were just Black, and that's what we supported. You know, the same way white people do with white people. We like to call it bad, but it's really not. That's how people respond to people who look like them. Women do it to women every day. The same women complain about women and how women are catty and they do this, but then as soon as something happens, boop, women are together. And Black women are together. White women are together. I like how they pretend to be each other's friend, but really they're trying to tell each other that. No, I'm just teasing. Don't want to start a fight. But in all honesty, Black women do have it kind of tough. But I digress. Where's this dismantling? Where's all that coming from? Where do the schisms come from? But the difference, the opposite, the reverse of that is there seems to be a hyper connection with communities, like organizations, right? Because, you know, we don't call anything organizations anymore. We call it in my community, as if that makes it something bigger or better, and it doesn't. There seems to be a hyper connection within organizations in terms of membership. So if you have a certain membership and a certain, right, that's what seems to connect Black people now, not necessarily the fact that you're Black. And I remember, just like white people nudge each other. Yeah, but, you know, so-and-so. Oh, okay. Got to vote for the white female. Got to vote for the white male. Don't think twice about it. Hey, that person's Irish. That person's Italian. And it seems perfectly okay. When Black people do it, Black people tend to always do stuff to make themselves look like they're fair. But in all authenticity, I'm not trying to do that because I don't think anybody else is trying to do that. Catholic people do it. Jewish people do it. Protestant people do it. Muslim people do it. So why do we try to hide that? Why do we try to make that something that's not true? Why do we find a connection with people based on organizations, but we don't connect based on being Black? Is it class, income, zip code? I don't think that is, because when I look in the city of Milwaukee and you drive through places like Sherman Park, you get upper class, middle class, and lower class of all races. Predominantly Black, of course, but it can't be that. I mean, it could be. Maybe I'm just being narrow-minded, as usual. But then it morphed into something different. One I'm not going to get into. Do that at a later date. That'll cause all sorts of fights. The other one is titles. So as we start to connect and we start to get along and we start to have that hyper connection based on organizations, then it becomes title. And we had a conversation. Well, let me give you an example. We had a conversation not too long ago, and either of you feel free to jump in if you like. You know who I'm talking to. And somebody said, if you were a teller at a bank, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, because I'm getting old, I don't remember everything. That's my excuse. And you're a teller at a bank, and you get upset and you ask, well, I want to speak to somebody, and somebody else is the assistant vice president of lending. Who do you think has more power? Who do you think is more important? Even though the person at the perceived bottom of the totem pole, right, the teller, is the person that interacts with people who put money in their bank and can be they're literally the, they say who gets money in and who doesn't, right? Who gets to come, who doesn't. Whether or not you make money that day or whether someone walks away and takes their money. They're the lowest paid, who are the first people to deal with the people that are important. But yet when we complain, we look at the title. And that's kind of how I see the Black community. We spend a lot of time looking at people's titles and what they do, when in fact, it's the other person. Are you enamored by titles? Do titles make a person important? But that's over here. Oh, I'm the chairman of, I'm the vice president of. Does that make that better? I am Dr. Harris versus Ken Harris. Is that a difference? Does that matter? And in doing that, don't we just serve to fracture our own community? I mean, I get it. But aren't we creating, you ready? Blacklining? I mean, we've heard of redlining, but when Black people compartmentalize people and you can be in or out based on your title, aren't you really blacklining? Aren't you saying you're not as important as this person because your title's not that, your experience isn't that? But then again, I guess it really shouldn't matter, because in the Black community, we all know the most important thing, right? We have to tell everybody, no matter what, Black titles matter.
Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.